the Real Estate U podcast with Lettiann.
Welcome back to Real Estate U. Our podcast in season 5 is in my kitchen. So we're making lots of tasty treats. We have some incredible guests, including my friend and fellow realtor, Kendra Beer. Hey, good to see you. Yeah,
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for coming over. It was a long walk. She lives down the street. Okay, Kendra is a licensed real estate professional in our office, Lettiann and Associates Real Estate Services. And Kendra, you are knocking it out of the park. I love your attention to what's important to your client and treating them as if this was your house or this was the purchase of your house. You're with them all the way. Couldn't be more proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you saying that.
You're doing a great job.
Sure is fun. It's fun business, isn't it?
It's a roller coaster ride. It's a roller coaster ride, and I think it takes the right person to really build the foundation of their business and then really knock it out of the park. So you're doing all the right things.
Well, thank you.
And sometimes we need a cold drink at the end of the day, which Kendra and I, Kendra will be making us Tequila Cosmopolitans.
Correct.
Right. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. I just want to tell you, if you're enjoying the recipes on this season 5 of Real Estate U with Lettiann, please go to our website and go to lettiann.com/season 5 recipes. There you can download this tasty drink as well as all of the recipes from season 5. So let's get started. What are we doing here?
Okay, so we are making a Tequila Cosmopolitan. And this can be made with tequila or with a tequila alternative if you would like a non-alcoholic version of this.
I've never heard of that.
I know, fun.
Yeah,
for a tasty, whatever your preferences are, a tasty, just summery drink for you. So first, you want to take your lime and your glass and run the lime around the glass.
Okay.
Get a lot of lime on there.
Good.
Okay. And then
Oh, nice.
coat with sugar. This is sugar. Just put a bunch of sugar on a plate, just like this. Make sure you get a good coating.
Wow, that's
Voila.
lovely. I'm going to go this way just for grins, see if that will mess up your sugar
Ooh,
plate.
these are such pretty glasses.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we have here is some lime juice. This is freshly squeezed, about 2 tablespoons. Put it in your shaker. The shaker is about half full of ice. Can you see that? Peek.
Good.
And this is cranberry juice concentrate.
And where does a person find that?
This is at any grocery store. I found, actually,
It's in the frozen section.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So this comes
Buy the
frozen.
orange juice.
Yeah, the frozen, because I saw you put it in the freezer,
Yeah.
but it was like a frozen tube of
Yep.
cranberry
Concentrate.
juice concentrate.
Like you
Cool.
had when you were little. At least I did.
Yeah.
The orange juice.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so
this,
here it is.
This was really cold. You could even scoop it out, right, a few tablespoons and throw it in your martini shaker.
Yep.
This happens to be a little bit melted, so I'll take that for you.
2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons. Then you take your tequila or your tequila alternative, and you want to do 2 shots. This makes 2 glasses. 1 and 2.
It's a beautiful bottle. And that's,
pretty.
I noticed it's a tequila reposado. You could use tequila blanco, you had said earlier. So
Right.
when you
Yep.
got here, so.
I brought this because it's pretty.
It's pretty.
Isn't that a pretty bottle? Okay, so then you put your lid on your shaker. Whoops.
A little bit of water.
Thank you for reminding
Yes.
me. We do need a couple splashes of water. This is 2 tablespoons, I believe.
Good, perfect.
Put your lid on. Where's my, here it is. And you shake it. The shakier the better.
Yes, yes. The key to a good martini or any type of drink like this would be shake that ice.
Woo! Part of the fun. Say the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A.
Okay,
All right.
awesome. I can help if you need to. And I know you, here's what I know about Kendra. This is bothering the heck out of her because there's nothing she can't do. Yeah.
Okay, it's very cold and frozen
I'm
on.
gonna try. Just because your hands are probably frozen at this point.
Oh my gosh,
okay.
muscles.
Well,
it's all that Pilates.
I've done that before.
Okay. So we're gonna pour.
Oh my.
Yum.
Let's pour mine to the left so Alex can get the shot.
Okay.
It's all about the shot. The shot. Oh, that looks amazing.
Wow, yum. Okay, that turned out great.
Which one are you gonna take? Because one is more. Do you want more sugar?
You can have this one.
Oh boy, I'm not driving today. So.
All right,
Whoa.
cheers.
Wait, let me get rid of this. All right. Ah!
Cheers.
Oh, yours is so beautiful. Cheers. That's trouble in a glass.
A+. I give myself an A+.
I'll give you an A+ as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's dial in a little
fun.
bit about real estate. What for any sellers or people who are considering selling soon? What advice? What tips do you have for them?
Well, I think the main thing in selling your home, everybody's getting caught up in it's so easy and it's so quick, and that's really not the case. I think first of all, hiring a very experienced agent would be step one. Would you agree?
Or someone getting started with a broker that's got their back.
Yes.
Right.
So I think another, just little tips to consider to get the most for your money is, number one, hire a really good experienced agent who has time for you.
And who knows the market.
And who knows the market.
What's
yes.
going on, because
Yeah.
if you haven't been in real estate, like if you have not done a transaction or really worked your business for months, you have no idea what you're embarking on.
Right.
If they were coming into the market now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's just very, very busy, you want to make sure they have time for you.
Yes.
So that's something I would highly recommend. And then paint. Sounds so silly, but it's so important. Just a good fresh coat of interior paint goes a long way. Something neutral, something light, gray, taupe, something in that variety. And then doing little fixes, going around and fixing little things that you know are,
Caulk the tub, regrout
Yes.
something that's missing.
things that come up in an inspection, because we're seeing a lot of homes coming back on the market.
Yes.
Because sometimes buyers lose their minds and offer crazy amounts of money and then want to go back, have some buyer's remorse, want to go back and maybe recoup some of that after the inspection. And so if the fewer fixes you have, the better off you are in terms of negotiation.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
How about you? What do you think? What are your tips?
Very much of the same thing that you said. I totally agree with you that you can't just go, well, we're going to sell, or, here's the way we're going to go on the market. We live in an HGTV world, even though, not that I watch the show, but so many people watch it, and everyone believes that's what they're going to get. And when they go into a house, a buyer, and it's not HGT-ified, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why hiring a professional, and like Kendra would go in and she'd say, okay, there's too much furniture in your great room. Let's remove one of the chairs. Let's, actually staging the house is wicked important.
Yes.
And professional photos are key. You've got to be, who you hire matters.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that. On the buyer side, what suggestions or tips can you suggest for buyers?
So it's a tough world out there for the buyer.
Presently, right?
And just having, again, an agent who's experienced, and I'd say almost one of the most important things after a licensed, experienced agent is somebody who you like. Because
for sure.
You're spending a lot of time with this person, because sometimes buying takes time. And again, make sure that you have someone who you are confident will give you the time that you need, because it is it can be a process. And then also, again, setting boundaries for yourself, saying, I'm not going to go over this, amount, and then really sticking to that. Kind of have a plan going in, super beneficial. Obviously, meeting with a financial planner and a lender to determine what the best route is for you in terms of financing or paying cash or whatever it is. And just because you can afford it maybe doesn't mean you should. So talking to your financial planner is very important. We're seeing, again, a lot of homes going back on the market, and part of that is due to you get so excited and it's just a competition, and if you win the bid, then you could have gone $50,000 outside of your price range. So we're seeing homes going back on the market. So just making sure you know what you can afford and just sticking to that.
When you said homes coming back on the market, I have recently, and of course this podcast is going to be out there forever, so people will be watching it in 10, 25, all of those years. But I'm seeing the coming back on the market too, Kendra, and I wonder if maybe the listing agent wasn't savvy enough or knowledgeable enough about the market, took a listing, maybe they don't take many listings, and they didn't have the advice of their broker or someone to support them with answering questions and things like that. And maybe that listing agent told the seller to just take the highest offer. Which we know that doesn't work either. You have to understand what you're doing. The highest offer, that might be great, but what if the house doesn't appraise?
Right.
I mean, there's so much strategy. I always say, people that think we just open doors and that's all we do, that's not what we do. I mean, we take this seriously. This is a lifestyle for us. So, very good point about, and do you, it's just crazy that the amount of houses coming back on the market.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day I see, because if you check daily the MLS, you see boop, 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 boop. I mean, it's very common for that to happen.
That tells me something is amiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, indeed. So, what's your favorite thing about being a licensed real estate professional?
People. I mean, 100% the people. I love, it sounds cheesy, but I really do see it as a service. It's my way to serve, and it's just very enjoyable for me to spend time with people, getting to know people, or people I already know, and it's just very, again, it sounds cheesy, but it's a service. Yeah. I mean, I like to provide it.
It's a relationship business, and we help people, and we literally solve problems for a profit. That's our industry, and I recommend people, even if they're talking to me about listing their home, I say I never assume I'm the only one coming here, and I would encourage you to interview 2 to 3 people. Because really, you have to find the best fit. This is your biggest asset as a seller and your biggest asset as a buyer. So, and Kendra mentioned it too, if you're going to be spending a lot of time with this person, make sure they're the right fit. Make sure they're the right fit.
Yes, and I think just along those lines of hiring an experienced agent, people ask me all the time, why wouldn't I just, the market's so hot, why wouldn't I just sell it myself? Well, there are many reasons to not do a for sale by owner, especially in this market. And I think number one, and you might have a different opinion, but I think in my mind, number one is, statistically speaking, you get on average 25% more return on your investment, not offer price, I mean actual come to closing and take away 25% more than you would doing it on your own. And there are many reasons for that.
And
Would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I believe you can even go to the NAR, the National Association of Realtors website, and actually search that question. And Will's behind the camera there, but 88% of for sale by owners, what's the percent of for sale by owners that inevitably end up securing an agent?
It's about 85%.
85%, right.
Yeah.
So think about for sale by owner too. How are you marketing your property? It's not an MLS. Right. You're going to stick a sign in the yard. People are going to be calling you at all hours, knocking on your door.
Right.
Right. And there's so much more than, I think the mindset of a for sale by owner is we're going to net so much more money if we don't have a real estate professional. I beg to differ. Right. I'd love to do some type of secret test about it.
Well, statistically speaking, that's not true, because you get 25% more on average.
Right.
And you're only paying,
But you get the mindset.
percent.
But they're not getting, Kendra saying, we need to shuffle your great room furniture a little bit. This is a little bit crowded. This room is a little dated. Let's get the paint updated in the office. There's a lot of stuff on the walls.
Right.
All of those things matter. And what we tell people when they're about ready to list is, don't spend a nickel unless you're going to get a dime back later.
I think also, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I think it's the tequila. But it's delicious.
But no, I do think that what people also don't realize is our giant network of other agents and what a benefit that is to us.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's true.
Buyers and sellers.
Right.
Because we have, just an example, like I just got a flyer the other day, an emailed flyer that said, buyer need, blah, blah, blah. And I just happened to have somebody that was considering selling. So I was able to call that person. It happens all the time like that. And we have something called reverse prospecting only through the MLS. So we can get, buyers and sellers together and make that match by just going on the MLS. Whereas if you're an individual, you're just crossing your fingers, hoping for the best.
And so many people have said, oh, well, we've sold the last 2 houses ourselves. So, but the market changes. Inevitably, we all need food, water, and shelter. So that's always going to be around. But the real estate market changes. It goes through cycles. And talking to a professional, whatever you decide to do is your prerogative. However, we call it research, do the research, have a research phase, talk to a professional. So with that being said, if you have any questions for Kendra, or if you're curious about her Tequila Cosmopolitan and where you might be able to find non-alcoholic tequila, any questions you might have, we welcome answering those questions. Please send them to this email, realestateu with Lettiann at Lettiann.com, realestateu as in university, with Lettiann at Lettiann.com. We'll get your questions answered through that email as quickly as possible. If you like the recipes you're seeing today or on any of season 5, please go to our website, Lettiann.com/season 5 recipes. And I want to thank my guest, Kendra Beer, today. Kendra, this isn't beer, but it's a damn good, delicious Tequila Cosmo.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you
Cheers.
for being a great agent, and thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, see you next time.
The Real Estate You podcast with Lettiann.